Yeah, but now
crazy.
we're all here.
Yep.
Yay! Alright, alright. Welcome, welcome everyone. I see
Welcome everyone.
Akanor. I see Lunigorn. Oh my god. Mango Dango. Hello.
I love the name Mango Dingo. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Flower and Digimoose. Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Welcome guys.
Welcome.
Yes, we're about to start the AMA, start the stream. Just so you guys know, this will be recorded. So if anybody missed it, you can safely play it back and you will hear everything that was talked about today. So yeah, as well, this is an AMA at the end of the day. So if you have any questions for the team, please let them know over on the chat that we have here on the stage. We'll be reading them and they will be answering as we go along the way.
Oh, just noticed. Akana put up a message that they don't have permissions to send messages to this channel. Let me see.
What?
It's always the Discord permissions
It's
going
always
haywire.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 45 different permissions that I can give people. Okay, now it should be perhaps it should be now doable. Let us know if you can send over any messages now.
Yes, please let us know,
Oh
guys.
yeah, there we go. Thanks a lot.
Right.
Thanks a lot.
Perfect.
There we go. Nice. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know as well. Akanor, that's huge. Okay. Amazing. Alright, so, I know you guys have been working a lot on the game. There has been plenty of updates. Last week, I believe, we did, or some weeks ago, we made the 2 week post launch breakdown that spoke a little bit of the updates that you guys have done on the game. So let's talk a little bit about that. What updates have you guys been working on? I know that recently you guys also posted on game updates a little bit of what you guys have worked on. But yeah, let us know a little bit more on everything that has come to Taival after the launch.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
So as you know, this is, or you might not know, but this is our first commercial proper game launch. So it was, and it has been largely very hectic and
Mm-hmm.
scary but amazing with all the stuff happening, but also of course all the bug reports. Those have been amazingly helpful. Thanks so much to all of you. I know some people listening here right now have provided those, and it's been extremely useful. But to be honest, for the first few weeks from the launch, it has just been fixing things, adding quality of life things, improving the performance, just improving everything that has clearly been an issue with people, and a lot of the issues have been things that we haven't faced ourselves. For example, the caverns not being visible on AMD machines, since we simply do not have an AMD machine at our office. So those type of things have taken most of our time for the first few weeks. After that, and you might have noticed that we have kind of turned down the amount of quick patch fixes now, since we've been working on the next updates. So you've seen might have seen the roadmap we've posted. So we've started working on the update 1 and 2, and that has been the thing for the past few weeks.
Yeah. Exactly. Also some like balance changes and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Fixing some drop tables and adding some minor stuff to the game. That's basically been it for us for the past few weeks.
yeah, and probably for the combat update that's coming up as update number 2, we'll be focusing more on the balance. As many here might know, the hammer weapon, the meat weapon, has been amazingly overpowered, since it was just supposed to be a fun little hammer
No!
thingy, and it
You're
has been so
gonna
strong.
nerf my ham? No!
We already
No, that
we already did like a round one nerfing to the great hammer, but yeah, essentially
yeah, it's
it
still
will face
Oh
yeah.
some
no!
next rounds of nerfs.
I
Yeah,
loved
so do
how
go
OP
slamming
it
around it.
was.
Yeah, and it was such a stupid thing since the enemy that dropped the hammer was supposed to be a fairly rare one, but it seems like every
Mm.
single player encountered them right after they left the first cavern and
Yep.
got the big hammer. So that's really fun to see.
We're the lucky ones, guys. That's what we are. We're the
Yeah,
lucky ones.
for
Because
Hmm.
we
sure.
got it
Exactly.
really easy. No, but yeah, absolutely. I think balancing in the game is really important moving forward. So absolutely understand that some some OP weapons might be fun for a while, but obviously in the long run, they're not gonna be as fun if everything is just super easy. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, okay. So that's good. You know, you guys are then working on the balancing of these things. Again, if um Arcanor is saying next make a broken sword, please.
Oh, we will. We will. No worries. We're gonna have a lot of surprises for you on the combat update. I'm sure we can slip an overpowered sword in. No worries.
Yeah, and it can be either intentional or by accidents, but
Yep.
either way,
Yep.
it will happen for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Intentionally by accident, let's say that.
Yep.
Um
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, awesome. No, like that's great. And as always, guys, you know, you can always look for the game updates channel here, but also for a more in-depth dive into all the changes that the guys are doing on the game. You can always look the patch notes on Steam because that's where you will get the most details out of those posts. So yeah, the lots of things have been happening. Lots of work has been done. I think the community's feedback has been super important in what you guys have built here in the game. We have a question here, and as always, the people that are right now listening, welcoming. Make sure to type in your questions over on this chat on the Taival stage, so we can see it and answer it here live right away. So I'm gonna start with some questions because there were a few people, someone as well writing a few questions on the general chat. That would like to be answered. So,
Hmm.
one of the questions we got is: are there any plans on implementing a weather cycle?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's something. Back when we were some few years ago when we were just prototyping stuff, that was something we had. But since then, so much has been improved and changed and refactored. It isn't in right now. I'd love to do one. It will just add so much immersion. On the other hand, we could do quests and drops and enemies based on those weathers. I mean, there's so much you could do with those. It's I mean, it's all just a matter of just balancing things, but balancing the time we have to work on the things we want to do. I mean, it probably won't be the number one priority, but I'd love to do it. I mean, even if you just drop all the cool functionality and gameplay stuff and just have it raining sometimes. I mean, that will also do a lot. To be honest, to the immersion, maybe have the music change as well. Okay, it's going out of scope already with me coming up with these ideas, but there's so much to do with that, and I'd love to see that. Yeah.
Yep. And essentially, well, basically with any feature, making just the feature without the gameplay elements is that's going to be straightforward, pretty easy to do. But when we start adding like gameplay elements, say during rainstorm you have different enemies, and during snowfall there's some other things like oceans freeze or something like that.
Mm.
Then it's starting to get really complicated.
Yeah, and it tends to go like you have a quest, say where you need to get something from the underwater, and you go and add this nice little lakes freezing over thing, and now the quest is undoable, and there's just
Mm,
yeah, everything just affects everything. So there's so much planning and thought that goes behind this all of these things. Oh, just noticed
exactly.
a quick message on the general chat from Lunigurn about the fact that it's hard to join us in the middle of the working day, and that's a fair feedback.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is really all the time zones. So we're here in Finland, Queenie is in Mexico. We have a lot of sales in the United States as well as China, and I mean it's really hard to find a time where everyone is pleased. But for sure, we could try different times as well.
And also remember,
Yeah,
guys,
exactly.
you can always submit your questions beforehand. Someone actually did this, and this will be recorded. So I
Yeah.
think for the next time we can let everybody know that they can submit their questions beforehand, and if they are not able to make it to the stream, to the Discord stages, they will know that their question will be answered, and they can listen it back on the playback stream. So yeah, no worries, no worries. That's a lot. The weather cycle, it's a lot. I think, as you said, implementing something like that at first it might not seem that complicated. But when you add these elements on the gameplay, that's when it becomes the, first of all, that's when it becomes actually fun and interesting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that it's also a lot of work. So this is more of, from what I'm listening to you guys, this is more of plans on the future. Like this is something that you guys would like to implement, but more down the line, not right now, not immediately, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
true. It would be more like an immersion update or something like that in the future, but not like a core element. Say uh, we had a like combat rework, something like that in the future. That
Mm-hmm.
of course is a much more higher priority regarding the whole gameplay loop and stuff like that.
Yeah, and continuing the main story, and we want to get
Mm.
those main things out of the way, and just so we can say that the game is pretty much complete and fully playable from start to finish. You can experience the story, and after this, we can look at the then we can do the fun stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for anybody that missed it, we have the early access roadmap up on our announcements channel, so you guys can understand like the type of content that the team is working on. So yeah, always go check it out. If you have any questions about that, this is the time. Akanur is asking, my biggest question is, if you will add a feature that allows players to level their individual hanky forms. They currently feel a bit too much like pieces of equipment. This would allow for you to deepen your bond with your partner and really show off your favorite.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you can take it.
Yeah, that is a really good question. And when we started working with the Hanky Companions, we had a few different like versions on mind how we could approach this. One would be by restoring the Henki Hearthstone, and with every piece you restore or return back to the Henki Sanctuary, you build the Henki Hearthstone piece by piece, and you would upgrade your Henki and level them that way. They would regain more of their powers, and that would be it. So basically, it would be like a huge main quest reward every once in a while.
Right, right, for sure. In when thinking of just having the each form have a level, and you just level up by playing the game. I mean, that would be great. I mean, if you could imagine each form having their own things they unlock as you go on, and of course we will probably have to do a World of Warcraft type of thing where you kind of put each form into a category. Say you have a more tanky one or a healer one, and they might have these shared rewards. But I mean, that's something we've been talking of. One issue we've faced with the approach is that if you say you have your Henki form that you level to like level 50 and you've liked it, then you find a new one that you love, and that's on level 1, and it's gonna be weak and not feel that good, and it's gonna be huge work always to try out a new form. So that's something we've been talking about as well as to how to handle that. But
Yeah,
definitely this is
exactly.
yeah something down the line. I mean, especially since the Henki is such a major part of the game, there's definitely is a lot more room for deeper systems there. I definitely agree with that.
Yep. And even if the case was not to so much level up your like different forms, but rather the Henki, that could be possibly with a like shared skill tree or something like that, and
Yeah,
possibly like a few like unique nodes per form.
yeah, and that's a good point as well. Akarnor say that that they should be those forms should be able to catch us up. I'm
Mm.
losing my tongue. Able to catch up quickly since things scale up to player level. That's true. Yeah, they should be able to catch up that way a lot faster. And
Yeah.
I mean, I think even if we did have a shared skill tree, just having as Akano said, to be able to show it for your favorite. Maybe when you get it to the max level, say level 20, there's simply a different color variant reskin of that form that you kind of just a reward for putting up with a certain form. I mean, possibly doable down the line
Mm.
for sure.
Yeah.
Amazing. A question I also have here is, we have the Lumlings and we have the Goblins. Are there any plans to have other types of characters or races in the game?
We had originally thought about first making the goblins. They're in game. The second, the Lumilings, and they're already in the game. And well, we have planned a third race, but we don't know when they will be in game and to which area we can assign them. But I won't spoil the third race for now.
Again,
Oh,
yeah, and we
damn.
don't wanna overpromise anything
Yeah.
anything as well. Yeah, we
Yeah, that's
definitely
true.
would absolutely like to add more races, playable races, and especially to the world as well. But we don't want to be held up to anything we say here, especially since this is gonna be uploaded afterwards somewhere, and they might be holding us by the neck to these things we
There's
say.
gonna
So
be
Yeah.
evidence,
Yeah, that is
Henry.
true.
yeah, it's gonna be a riot.
Yep.
Absolutely. No, but it's interesting to know if you guys have thought of other races, because I think we've spoken on previous streams about how you guys landed with these two, like the Lumlings and the Goblins. I don't know if you guys want to talk about that a little bit here so people know a little bit more on that.
Yeah, no, sure. I mean, how I felt it personally is that well first of all when I play an RPG game or also say just like World of Warcraft, I tend to always pick the non-human characters. So the basic human races have never been the thing for me. I'd rather take the whatever ugly goblin or orc they have out there, and that's kind of what I feel like we incorporate here as well. Since the visuals are blocky and the whole thing is so magically different, it allows a lot wider type of variety for the creatures and the inhabitants. So we kind of purposefully opted out of having humans in the world and building the world and fantasy around that. So that's a conscious decision.
Yeah, that is true. And well, with the goblins, especially in well, if we just think about the lore stuff and where we take some inspirations and something like that, we have taken inspiration from Finnish mythology,
Yeah,
folklore, stuff like that, and we have these beings called menninkäinen. These are essentially like goblins that can be like, say, water goblins, forest goblins, stuff like that. So goblins also fit into this world really well, if you think about that stuff also.
absolutely. And we did even have a talk, or you could call it a debate of. It was earlier down the line. No worries, it's not
Mm.
gonna happen. But making the game just be a goblin game. It's just a goblin adventure game. Just drop every single other race, and it's just gonna be goblins. But we decided more variety is better.
Yeah. And regarding the Lumeling, all the currently all the goblin customizations are pretty well. I don't want to say masculine, but yeah, something along those lines. So we felt like we wanted to have a counterpart with uh, with the Lumeling creature also.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's basically how we came up with the two current races.
I love that part of getting inspired by Finnish folklore with the water goblins and the forest goblins and everything, because that's a little piece of inspiration that I don't think a lot of people know, but I think it's really cool to learn. Because a lot of things that you guys have crafted for this game come from that, like from the game Taival itself to different things. it always has like some interesting cultural reference, and I think that that just makes the experience richer. At least for me, it's always interesting to find those little nuggets of knowledge about a game. So that's really cool to
Mm,
learn.
yeah, that is true. And we really love like well, we don't have them in game at the moment, but possibly if we have the time and we get to do them, we'd love to add stuff like lore books,
Yeah,
essentially some items in game that serve no like gameplay purpose per se, but more just give more info about the game world and where
world
some of
building.
the yeah world building stuff like that.
Nice, that would be actually pretty cool.
Mm.
Um, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit because there's
Yeah, sure.
some questions here that I think are really fun. For new members as well, because there has been a few people that just joined us over here on Discord and are just discovering Taival and would like to know you guys a little bit better. So here's a question that says, who are the members of the dev team and what are they working on currently for the future of the game?
Yeah, that's a good question. Currently, well, to go down the history lane, we originally started with three members: me, Henry, and Juho. Then uh, we we got in a position where we got to hire a fourth employer to the team, and then or employee to the team, and then we got Mika to work on art stuff, and Juho dropped out. So currently we're a four-person team working on Taival, and
And
currently
what do
what's
yeah, what does each member do?
yeah. So uh, Erik, the third member of our team, he's basically the quest writer and designer. He creates all the quests and the dialogues for them
Yep.
and asks for our feedback and stuff like that, and then he implements them in the game world. Then, well, Henry, do you want to tell what you do?
Yeah, I'll speak for myself. Yeah, I'm doing the main programming pretty much, most of the code, pretty much all of it actually right now. So when you do find those pesky bugs, it's mostly on me. You can just blame me when you get those. I mean, just DM me and blame me. That's fine. That's totally fine. I also do the music as well for Taival, the composition. I've been a musician since I was a kid, so that's been great. And I really want to extend the soundtrack. I mean, yeah, the people here might have just noticed that the tracks that you get when you just run around the wilderness get kind of repetitive when there's just two of them. So that's something I really want to do as soon as possible to extend the soundtrack as well. But yeah, that's what I do.
Yep. And then me, well, I I do a lot of stuff in between. Well, I don't know what's the word in like English, but in Finnish it's this term called nakkihommat. That you do like all the random stuff and all the annoying like assigning values to items and stuff like that, and sometimes creating some missing models and like assigning sound effects where they're needed, and pretty much a lot of stuff on the game engine side. And well, earlier, now there's since the world has been pretty much designed, I was the one who painted like the forests and environments and built the cities and uh, all of that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. The
And
world is pretty much entirely the whole layout of where everything is all rubber. It's amazing.
mm, and then Mika is our 3D artist or modeler at the moment. He has created, uh, should I say, most of the creatures. Juho did some, but I
Yeah.
don't know if, yeah, possibly most of them, and the armors and a lot of the weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah, environment models as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty
And
much the team.
yeah, that's our team.
Nice. And also, you guys individually, have you worked on other projects before, or have you had other ideas before Taival?
Oh yeah, right. So we met up in the university, studying a maths major and doing computer science on the side. That's where we met, and we just kind of started dabbling on game development. So we had this. Well, it was kind of a post-apocalyptic mobile idle game type of thing. It was just something we were kind of trying our feet on the whole thing. We never, I mean, we never had an intention to do this like professionally and properly. It was just something we did for fun after the university lessons, and after a while, well, we got to a point where we realized this is actually quite cool and we can actually possibly do something with this. Well, we at the same time we grew kind of bored with the whole idle mobile thing, but on the other hand, we had improved so much in so little time that it was just unworkable with the state of the code and everything. I mean, you must understand that we just started from scratch, so the things we did was just trying things out and kind of working our way to get something working. So we decided to scrap the idle game, the mobile game. I mean, I do have an old build of it probably lying around somewhere, but we started to conceptualize and work on Taival. So we kind of worked on it every now and then, kind of shaping out the whole thing along the university studies. And it was only after quite some time that we realized that this game is actually quite amazing, and we should seek a publisher and actually do this properly. So that has pretty much been the road to this point.
Yeah, and I'd like to add that this applies to me and Henry,
Yeah,
not every member of the team. Erik, for example, he worked for another Finnish game company earlier
yeah,
before
that's
he
true.
joined us. Yep, and he has also done a bunch of like smaller solo projects along the
Yeah,
years.
right.
Oh, nice. Nice, nice. I'm gonna jump into some questions about the game that some people have. Some well, actually, there's one really funny about the hardware. Or, well, I'll just read it. How do you
Yeah.
manage to make this game run so smooth with split screen on a potato?
I mean, I'm happy that someone would ask this. I mean, I feel like I'm constantly worrying about the optimization and the frame rates, and I really want to push that further. I'm always having this internal stress about it not being enough and people being disappointed about not being able to run things. So to hear that someone feels that way about the split screen is amazing. And yeah, I mean, don't worry. The next patch is gonna bring some more optimization stuff, but it has just been pretty much hard work. I mean, just profiling what exactly takes how many milliseconds, just running through this over and over again, and optimizing everything we can as much as we can for the past. I mean, optimization has been a big thing for the past few months and has taken a lot of the dev time. But I'm super happy it shows.
Hmm. Exactly, and well, do you, Henry, want to mention a couple of the like main things, say chunk system or something like that, just to give a couple examples of how the game world streams or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I mean overall, this might not be something everyone knows, but since it's
Mm.
an open world game, only stuff very close to the player is actually like loaded in and streamed in from your SSD or HDD. So as the player moves along, things are streamed in, and it's really just a circle around the player that is actually loaded in. Everything else far ahead is a low. I mean, you can probably see it. I'd like to improve it, but the far away representation of the world is this super lower, super noisy and messy version of it that is it is really cheap to render and load. So that's pretty much how the whole thing works. The cool part is that it's infinitely extensible. I mean, we're obviously not gonna have the resources to infinitely extend the world, but since it works at one place, it will work everywhere. The whole streaming thing. So that's definitely a cool part of it. And we've been adding smaller things like when you drop stuff, there's a timer now that it will simply destroy the stuff after some time. So small things like that as well, definitely.
Nice. All right. Some questions about the game here. Someone asked, are there any benefits or differences between playing solo or playing co-op? Is the experience different or
Yeah, well, essentially the main difference is the changes in balance. There are no like quests that require multiple people or anything like that. So you are not locked from pretty much any content if you play solo. And that being said, you also don't have extra content at the moment if you're playing in multiplayer.
Right. So the enemies do hit harder and have more health if there's more players in, just to not make everything super easy for, say, four-player parties. But other than that, this has been something that we have been discussing on whether we can add co-op only quests, but that always creates the case of solo players being feeling left out. So we've opted out of that for now.
Yeah.
totally? Someone also asked, is there gonna be a way to make friends in game?
Uh, well, the game is structured in a way that there are no like hosting or public servers or worlds. So other like random people can't join your world and vice versa. So you won't meet any like random people if I understood the question correctly.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah.
But
But
I would
we're
suggest,
yeah,
sorry.
please go ahead.
I would suggest for people who want to meet new people who already have the game, because the question from this person, the context is that they wanted to find people who already had the game to play with them and learn more about the game, etc. This honestly, this Discord is the place to find people who you would like to play with. Don't be afraid to maybe post a thread or a post in general chat asking people if someone wants to party up and play the game together. This is also the reason why the Discord exists, so you guys can meet new people, communicate with each other, and as always, you can always invite friends over, to try the game and tell them a little bit more about Taival. But if you don't be afraid to come here in the Discord and meet new people that you can play with. That's what I would say. Sorry, Robert.
Yeah, yeah, that is perfectly valid. And one thing I'd like to add that I just quickly discussed with Henry is that we could probably add at some point like a LFG looking for group channel to the Discord,
Yeah, sure.
just to let people
Oh,
know that there are people who are looking for people to play with.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
think
it
that
won't
that
get
would be
buried down, and
cool.
they, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would be cool. So people can know each other through the LFG channel. That would be really cool. All right. There's some other questions here. Asking, will there be any in-game purchases? Because they would like to support the game even more, but they would prefer obviously if they could get something in return. If they spend extra money. So is there gonna be any any DLCs? Anything coming up, guys?
Yeah, good question. Uh, at the moment, no, there are no other things that you can buy. But if if I am allowed to say, I don't know if I am, there will be you can purchase, well, not in game, but you can purchase the original soundtrack at some point.
Yeah,
And
that's the plan.
yeah, and regarding DLCs and similar content, we'll need to take a look into it. Well, we have already looked into it, but I won't. I won't make any promises at the moment for the time
Yeah,
being.
right. For the early access, I mean the soundtrack it will be an early access version, so it will extend and more tracks will be added. But that's one way to support us. Definitely, that's going to be one way, and
Mm.
we could be definitely looking at doing like a like what Deep Rock Galactic does. So just a supporter pack. So just some extra hanky forms, maybe some armors here and there that will be unlocked with that. Nothing much, but just a way to support us. I mean, I just want to say a huge thank you. That's just such an amazing question to ask. Usually, you have people asking you not to put any DLC in, but just hearing that you guys want to support us is amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Another question we have here on the kind of like the same realm is asking how can the community help support the exposure of the game to bring in new and more players?
Well, the the best way to do it is to probably post anything you do in game, like to social media, or since the game is multiplayer, to try the game with other people. There is always the free demo available that you can try out, and actually the game supports the what was it called, Henry? The split
Steam
screen
remote
thing.
play together.
Yeah, so you can also try the game that way with other people.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, word of mouth is underappreciated. Just telling people of hey, there's this cool game, you should check it out. Might actually be quite strong. So that will always work.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right. One last question here is what goals do the developers hope to accomplish by the end of this year 2026?
Well, that's an easy one to answer since the roadmap we published, we mentioned it's gonna be for the next 3 or so months. So I mean, getting those three big updates out, with the last update being the extension to the main stories. I mean, those are pretty much the biggest things. Obviously, outside of that, getting the game to be more stable, run even better, all these things and quality of life things, making it play better. I feel like that's that's more than enough for this year. I feel like.
Yeah. Also, one thing that Henry also mentioned earlier is that possibly adding new soundtracks and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, new
Also,
songs definitely.
yeah, and pretty much just to polish and smoothen the gameplay experience as well as we can while making the bigger like content updates that we have planned already and released the roadmap.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
guys, but I mean, come on. When can we expect the content update? When is the next
Oh
content update
yeah.
happening, guys?
Oh
Come
yeah,
on.
right. Okay, we can reveal it here and right now. It's actually gonna be just, if I'm not incorrect, it's gonna be just 1 week away. So next week, Tuesday the 18th, that's gonna be the launch date of the update number one, Enchanting and Armor Effects. So there you go.
Yep, that's it.
Let's go!
So
What's it going to?
yeah,
Yeah, so pretty much what we've been working on and what's going to be included in the updates is, as Henry mentioned, armor enchanting and armor effects. Uh, Someone already had made a feedback post, possibly Akarnor, but essentially, currently there are no differences between magic, melee, ranged armors. So, in the next update, there will be differences. Every different armor set will have like their base effect. Say more melee damage for melee armor or higher armor points and stuff like that. And in addition, every armor type will have their own specific enchantments, and you can collect runes to enchant the armor. And that's is it? Is that it, Henry? Like the main parts?
yeah. I mean that's pretty much it. So there's melee, there's ranged, there's obviously the magic and generic enchantments. There's a ton of them. There's a big amount of them that you can find while you adventure. You'll find enchanted armor. You can disenchant these to learn the enchantments. Then you'll use runes you can find with different ways across the world to enchant your stuff. And what I find super cool is that each of these effects is for in purpose. They're stackable, so you can have 3 pieces of armor with all having the same effect, which will then boost the effect to create some honestly stupid fun things like super. I mean, there's a simple enchantment for higher jumps. I mean, you can stack 3 of those. Well, I'm not gonna say too much, but you can actually get four of those, and it's gonna be a huge jump. And every single one of these can be combined and stacked together. And obviously, you can have a different enchantment in every piece of armor you have. So there's a lot to experiment and try on here. And I mean, this will be for the armors in update 2. This is something I might also kind of reveal here, is that we'll be probably doing this for weapons as well once we get to update number 2, and once you get all the enemies and encounters there, these armor effects are going to be super useful.
Yeah, and just I'd like to add that
Hmm.
the update 2 is we're talking about the combat update. That's
Yeah,
like the next in the roadmap.
yeah, right. So update 1 is the one that's going to come next week, and that's going to be the enchanting and armor effects one.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing I'd like to also add is that currently the like different variants that you can find, the creature variants that you can find from the world, say cloning, enraged, and stuff like that. Now they will also drop like specific runes to them that
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
use
for
to
sure.
enchanting. So some things you can find, say, by looting chests. Other runes you can find by slaying certain enemies. Some you might find from collecting plants, stuff like that. So there are plenty of ways to get specific runes to enhance your experience.
Absolutely, yes.
Nice. So, guys, mark your calendars. August 18th, the first content update. You guys will be able to enchant your armor and do some crazy things around the world of Taival. That's very exciting. I think that is it from all the questions that we received. So yeah, again, if you guys want to check out this stream, again, we'll be posting it once it's uploaded over on the announcements channel. But I want to thank you all in the audience for being here, and listening to us and every. Oh, Tomek came in.
We got a
Hold on.
question.
On the last second, Tomek. We got you though, we got you. Tomek
No worries.
says, these combat changes sound awesome. Aside from added fun from collecting and enchanting these, there is another aspect I would like to ask a question about. Since it will make the player much more powerful and fun, is there anything to make enemies stronger? Mm?
Yeah, that is something we discussed, but we eventually we decided to pretty much make the, since next update is uh, it's basically going to be the combat rework or revision to some of the combat stuff. So we decided to pretty much push all of that stuff with the combat update. Just to, if we were to add weapon enchantments, they would also change some of the balance stuff. So there are a lot of things that are linked together with these enchantments.
Right. So to clarify, the next update next week, that's gonna just add the enchanting and armor effects, which yeah, they can be strong. So for the update after that, update number 2, with the combat revamp and all the creatures and night encounters, that's when you're gonna have the stronger enemies, and we're definitely focusing on bringing like properly strong and dangerous creatures and animals. We heard the feedback of it being a bit too easy every now and then. So that's gonna happen. You're gonna have a use for those enchantments. Don't worry.
Yep, and uh, by making the combat harder or better, it's we're not just talking about like increasing health number. The enemies will get like new behaviors, like
Yeah,
other attacks and stuff like that. So say the chipkin currently, or well, you can just pick any animal or creature. Currently, they just make one attack, then pause for a few seconds, then repeat it. They will be there will be added behaviors, stuff like well, what can we spoil? Well,
I mean, yeah,
the Sarvus current the like the rhino like creature at the moment. Uh, well, they will be charging pretty much straightforward the player and knocking them down and stuff like that.
yeah, for sure. On the other hand, we've been talking about clackers having some ranged poison attacks, all that kind of stuff. So it's not just gonna be enemies hitting with harder numbers. It's actually gonna be proper gameplay around those harder encounters as well.
Yeah, exactly. And the harder encounters and added gameplay features will also synergize better with the enchantments once the combat update is out.
Yeah, for sure. And the whole night encounters part about this update too has also the aspect of these hard things being kind of optional as well, since you can just sleep the nights and you'll skip the worst of the worst that comes out of nights. Okay, so I'm not gonna oversell anything again, but that's the idea.
Yep.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
and
guys.
yeah, so the new message as well. I mean, yeah, very rare boss. Like, I mean, I really love whenever there's an say in an MMO you have these world bosses. You can say see in a map there's a skull and you're gonna get there and there's gonna be this world boss. I mean, could definitely work. Could actually bring a lot to the game. We'll consider. Thank you for the idea and thank you so much. Thank you so much for this nice message.
Yes, thank you. Just a recap, guys. This first content update is coming up next week, August 18th. It will be the content update where you guys will be able to get some relics out of different things in the game, and from there craft and enchant, sorry, your armor, which will give it different perks, which are really useful and exciting. But definitely get on that, because eventually when the second content update drops, that will be extra helpful and needed. So you guys have this time to start enchanting your armor. And yeah, we'll see you guys over in the game then. We cannot wait to see what you guys do enchanting your armors.
Absolutely,
Yep,
gonna be
exactly.
amazing.
And please, if you have any funny moments or anything like that, you can always share your clips or screenshots in the Discord channel.
Absolutely, please do.
Yes. All right. So I think that's everything for today. Thank you so much, everyone that joined us. Again, we're always listening to you guys' feedback, reports, anything that you guys throw our ways. The devs are working hard on this game. So thank you all so much, and we'll see you next week for the content update. Let's go!
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much, everyone.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.